Yo, what's good? It's your boy Raymond Roy, cousin that Ruckus. And today's video is gonna be about it's complicated. It's about self-love, but I gotta make some so we gonna first talk about the difference between liking and loving somebody, and then how to internalize that like and love and put it for you, right? So I personally believe in a relationship, you need the perfect balance of like and love. Do you understand me? Because you need to like the motherfucker if you're gonna spend a relationship amount of time with the person, you know what I mean? So it's like you should like the motherfucker, especially if it's a relationship with the person, you know what I mean? Another person. And then, or, because we know we're going to turn it back on ourselves, relationship with yourself, you should like yourself. You understand me? So that's step one. Step two is love. So now let's tell the difference between like and love. Like, like so much that, and it's like is like, let me give an example. When you like a girl, you let shit rock. You know what I mean? When you love somebody, you call them out on their shit. You get the difference? So it's like, when I like you, if you late, I'ma let it rock. But when I love you, if you late, I'ma chew your ass out. You feel me? Like, so there's a difference between like and love. Now, you'll think somebody who likes you is better for you, but the fact is, the person that loves you is chewing your ass out because you're not supposed to be fucking late. They're forcing you and challenging you to step your game up. You know what I mean? But the person that likes you so much, they're not gonna challenge you. They're not gonna force you to grow. They're not gonna show you or tell you, look, you fucking up. Get your shit together, because you know what I mean? They don't want to mess up the like. You know what I mean? Because when you tell motherfuckers about themselves, ain't no more, there ain't no more kissing and do all the shit you got to do. Like, when you like somebody, you got to do like, sex, kissing, making now, going on dates. That's what you get to do when you like somebody. When you love somebody, the shit you get to do is call them out when they fucking up, telling them things they need to hear, not the shit they want to hear, being around them day in and day out. That's love, you understand? And we need both of that shit, you know what I mean? So now we understand the difference between like and love. Let's see how we internalize it to ourselves, right? So when we say self-love, you know what I mean? When I talk about self-like, like, ooh, I'm gonna get my nails done, that's self-like. I'm gonna get my hair did, self-like. Self-love is, yo, I have a horrible procrastination habit. How do I break this shit down? Yo, I have an anger issue. How do I, you know what I mean? How do I control my anger? This is love. This is self-love. This is what self-love work look like. So, granted, working out every day, eating healthy, that's what self-love look like. You know what self-like looks like? I'ma have me a piece of cake because I did good. Like, that's like. Love is I earned my piece of cake and I'm still not going to eat it because I know this is what's best. Like, that's love. Do you understand that? So it's like, when people say self-love, that means I'm lonely and I have the urge to go and hang out with somebody, but guess the fuck what? I'ma love myself enough to stay by myself and go through whatever the fuck it is that I'm afraid to go through by myself, that urges me to go hang out with other people. So when I do have that person, that companion, I could actually really cherish that shit, because it's like, yo, I used to really be by myself, and now I have somebody to share this time with. And it doesn't mean we all always talk and always think. It's just like, I have a companion. That's what's up. I could really understand the value in this. You know what I mean? So it's just like, now when we say self-love, Are you self-loving yourself? Are you self-like? Because I feel like a lot of us out here is self-liking ourselves. Like, I need to retwist my hair, but that's not self-love, you know what I mean? Self-love would be me taking better care of my hair, putting oils and thing on it on a on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. That's self-love, you know what I mean? So it's like, don't get me wrong, like for women, I feel like that helps you get you right. So that's part of self-love for women. But for men, we don't do, you know what I mean? But we hear self-love when we hear about self-love, we usually hear women talking about that. And two, they're usually getting their hair, nails done, everything did. And that's part of it for them because that just like when you look and feel better, when you look better, you feel better. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's a small fraction of it, but the root of the root of it, the root to the toot of it is, yo, you gonna have to do some shit you don't like. When your parents love you, they gonna tell you some shit about yourself that you don't want to hear, but you gotta hear that shit so you can grow or get better or, you know what I mean, make the adjustments you need to make. But the fact of the situation is, love ain't love. In the wide aspect is beautiful. But love, when you zoom in on that bitch, that shit is like, you sure this is love? Like this come off kind of mean. You know what I mean? And like, when you zoom into that shit, that's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. They're in love. No, bitch, that's like, when you zoom out on that shit and you realize, oh, they fucking hate each other because they could never tell each other the truth about themselves because they were too afraid of that conflict, which would mess up the like. And they're afraid that the love, they didn't have enough love to bring them back together or keep them around long enough. And then they fall back into like. Does that make sense? So now let's do that with shit with ourselves. You know what I mean? So first of all, you should like and you should work on liking yourself because that's gonna be a part of why you want to continuously love yourself. But it's like, it's not enough to like yourself. You have to love yourself. That means you gotta be honest with yourself. Tell yourself the truth about certain shit that you may not be ready to hear. Some shit that you've been blocking away, dormant in your back of the mind, in the back of the heart, in the back of the, you know what I mean? Where the fuck you hiding that shit? People hide in different places. But it's just like, self-love, it's not always fun. You know what I mean? I just did jump ropes today. Shit wasn't fun. Especially after the first song, I was, and guess what the fuck I had to do? I had to love myself enough to keep going. Does that make sense? It's not fun. Now in the long run, when I'm 86 years old and I can still jog and shit, yeah, that would be great. But right fucking now, it's not fun. No, that's a goddamn lie. But that's what self-love is. That's what love is. Love is not pretty when you zoom in on that bitch. It's when you pull out and you see the whole picture. Love is a whole picture. Like is just a snippet. Love, better analogy. Love is the entire movie. Like is just a picture. It's your boy Raymond Cousin at Ruckus and I'm out. Peace. 2 times.